of here, man. Shit. Yo, dudes is straight corny, man. Straight corny.
Let's talk about it.
How you gonna tell me I don't like your car? So what? You go to the dealer and tell him never to make fucking red again? Yo,
No. This would be more like if you didn't like your car, right? You didn't like you didn't like your homeboy's car, so you called your man's who knows the man's at the dealership to talk to your man's to take the car back. Like that's kind of more along the lines of what it is. But
bruh,
you know,
this shit don't make no sense.
Zero sense.
No sense, bro. You sat here and I wish I had a fucking audio of everything he said about AJ. Called him weak. He wasn't a real champion. All these motherfucking things he had to say about AJ. Now, all of a sudden, the shoe's on the other foot, and he's emotional. Shoe's on the other foot, and you can't talk about it. You can't talk about the last two fights. Let's just erase that. And get the fuck out of here. You right. Cancel culture. They ain't gonna cancel
culture,
me.
yes.
They ain't gonna cancel me.
That?
They ain't gonna cancel me because I don't need their motherfucking credentials. I sit on this soapbox right here and talk every fucking day. Niggas seen I made a living off my voice. I don't need your credential. I don't need your credential. I get in every fucking gym. They want me there. They say what I want them to say on my camera about you because I get them loose. I open them up. I don't need your credential. I'm just keeping it 100% real. I put in the miles. I go to your gym. This shit was corny.
Yeah.
Somebody in the camp got to step the fuck up and say, bro, you taking it too far. You looking crazy out here. You can't motherfucking jump on everything everybody say. You looking mentally weak. Every time somebody say something about you, you got something to say about them? That looks weak. You never heard of the motherfucking phrase, if it don't apply, that it fly? Yeah, I'm big mad, motherfucker. Because you rich. You rich. And you trying to stop the minority from eating because your feelings hurt. That's his opinion. You want to shut dudes' opinion. I'm a strong black man. So what, he ain't? Is he not stronger than you because he's standing on his two talking about you when you don't like it? Oh, but you don't like
the
it.
world will be against them.
But you don't like it, so you getting it took down. Man, get out of here, bruh.
Wow. That's more of Nesta Gibbs, and I'll leave the link in the description because you guys got to hear this. I mean, he is unloading on some stuff that I guess he was unaware of Deontay Wilder, and my counterpunch to Nesta Gibbs is I know he was a Wilder fan. I guess it's safe to say was a Wilder fan because at the end of the day, hold on just a second. At the end of the day, I guess he didn't see that Wilder was doing these things over and over again. And it just goes to show you, you know, like a lot of people don't get the memo unless the memo reaches their front door. And it reached his front door. Nesta now sees like, yo, this dude is straight acting emotional, and the way he's taking things, he doesn't take them well. Like if you look, you go back even before the loss. You go back to the draw. Look how he attacked Paulo Malignaggi. Look how he attacked Andre Ward. All these guys, and these are ex-boxers, you know, turned commentators. He had something to say about them, and he had his minions, the people that follow him, the LDBC. He had these guys come after these guys, say slandered words about these guys that didn't even have shit to do with boxing, but they made it about boxing. They made Andre Ward, hey, the son of a white man, he can't be trusted. That type of shit, just because he said, hey, he might just want to, you know, cut his losses. He called Floyd Mayweather a hater. He called Mike Tyson a coon. These type of things that he was saying about these particular fighters, because these particular people, or ex-fighters, so to speak, had something to say about him. If you can't take criticism, get the fuck out of boxing. Just get the fuck out of boxing, because at the end of the day, it does come off weak. You can't say something without somebody from that camp, either him or someone close to him, saying something about it. It comes off weak. And all we have to do, and this is what this video is about, because I just posted a video about how he was blasting down Deontay Wilder. This is about Anthony Joshua. And this is to show you how the fuck you really do it. You see how Joshua lost? He got knocked down 4 fucking times against against Andy Ruiz, right? Andy Ruiz knocked this dude down 4 times. Twice in the 3rd, twice in the 7th. Okay? And what did he do? He congratulated Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? He took it on the fucking chin. He went to the press conference, which Deontay didn't do, by the way. Right? Which that's fuck up number 1. Okay? Because he had JDs go out and start all this shit. And how did it start? Oh, the costume was too heavy. Because I seen the whole thing. I mean, he didn't come out of this dressing room. And then he said he had to go to the hospital. That was the excuse, and found out that was a lie because Tay Jones told me they never went to a hospital. They left the locker room and went right to the room. So he didn't know what they were talking about. Okay, so there you go. But he should have, back to Anthony Joshua, he addressed the public. He addressed the media. He was like, no, we're going to rematch. I already know what I'm going to do. You know, are you going to ask a tune-up? A tune-up, what the fuck is that? That's the only time you've seen Anthony Joshua kind of upset because of what they asked him. He really wasn't upset, but he was more like snappy, like, what the fuck is that? I don't do tune-ups. You guys have known me in these like 22 fights, right? When have you heard of me to do a tune-up, to have a tune-up? I'm not a tune-up guy. I don't need a tune-up. I'm already fully charged. I'm ready to go, right? And he took it like a man. He congratulated Andy Ruiz. He let him have his 6 months of fame. He got rich. He got famous, right? And he went back in there and he lost and he got beat. Okay, because Anthony Joshua took those belts back. But in that duration of time, you had all types of people saying all types of shit, including Andre Ward, including Timothy Bradley, including a lot of people that had something to say about AJ, including Deontay Wilder, just exactly what Nesta Gibbs was talking about. You know, and then what Nesta Gibbs, he's heard more from Wilder than anybody else, but that just shows you how not only how if the shoe's on the other foot and how you would take it. You know, that's why I'm really interested to see how Tyson Fury will lose, but I digress if he ever does. But whatever. Side note. But Wilder had everything to say about this man, and it comes down to why. And I was there. I witnessed it all. I counterpunched it all, and I was like, okay. We have an undefeated Deontay Wilder, and he's saying any and everything about Deontay Wilder. He became best friends with Andy Ruiz. He didn't know who the fuck he was, honestly, before that fight. And then after that fight, they were best friends. They were commentating together. They were sitting together. They were like fucking, it was like fucking Riggs and Murtaugh. You know what I mean? That's how they were. And then it was like, okay, well, why are you so happy? That's the first thing I thought of. And then Wilder was the happiest dude on the planet. Fuck the baddest man on the planet. He was the happiest man on the planet when Anthony Joshua lost. When Anthony Joshua took that L, man, he couldn't been better. Okay, he just knocked out Dominic Breazeale, and then Anthony Joshua got beat. He had everything to say. Now this is what I'm talking about. Why do you think he had that to say about Joshua? Because it comes from envy. Okay? See, if you're envious of a person, you hate what that person has done because you want to be where that person's at. And that's what it was. So that shit burned with him a long time. Okay, at least a year and a half. About a couple years. Because ever since he went to England and he commentated that fight, nobody gave him no traction. Nobody gave him no accolades or buzz except for Tony Bellew. And he wasn't even a fucking heavyweight, mind you. Okay? And Joshua and Klitschko put on one of the best fights in Wembley, sold the fucking thing out. He was the commentator, but nobody was talking about him. He told Anthony Joshua after he fist bumped him, by the way, oh man, I got to do it like this over in the States. If anybody's trying to, if that doesn't call competition, I don't know what is. He wanted to mirror what Joshua done in the States. That's why you had the costumes and all that. You know, he was no longer, he had the like Ghostface Killer, bronze mask and all that stuff. He had all that. But at the end of the day, that's when the envy started, because he started to see like, hey, the difference in between the money, the accolades, the notoriety, all that changed. Okay? And Joshua lost, he was the happiest man ever. And I was like, okay, well, he should be the pistest, if that's the word. But he should be the maddest man ever, not the happiest. You know, because that's what he's supposed to done. But it seemed like he was happy for not really taking the fight. He was happy that somebody else did something that he's supposed to done or something that he wanted to do. You know, and then now guys like Nestor Gibbs, that was a Deontay Wilder fan, heard it, reported it, ate it up, right? That Deontay Wilder talks so much shit. Now they're starting to see like, yo, this dude lost. And you can't stop hearing excuses. And look, it would be different if it was like the shit had happened. Somebody said what they felt, and that was that. You know what I mean? Oh, well, he was cheated. It was like, no, these motherfuckers made videos after videos after videos after videos after videos. And then we really wasn't sure that where they were coming from. To come to find out, they were either orchestrated by some of the guys that, you know, he just started believing it. You know, like I think he just didn't have anything to do, but eventually he co-signed to the shit. So now you are agreeing with all this bullshit. I mean, all of it. You didn't even make it sound authentic. Like, okay, nah, that's bullshit though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think Tyson Fury cheated, but I don't think Mark, you know, had the spike water. I mean, what the hell is that? He agreed to all of it. That's why I know it was all bullshit at the end of the day. You know, and now you got guys like Nestor Gibbs because, see, that fucked with his cash flow. And like he said, Deontay Wilder's rich. He don't have to stop things like that. He should let people talk. Like you hear like, oh man, Wilder, he don't worry about that. Yeah, he does. That's bullshit. Yeah, he does. If that was the case, he wouldn't have tried to get Paulo Malignaggi fired. But why did he try to do that? Because Paulo Malignaggi had a voice. He was the voice of Showtime, and he didn't like the idea of Paulo Malignaggi saying what he said. But what did he say? He didn't say nothing fucked up. He just said what he felt. Chris Colbert didn't say anything fucked up, really. You know, he just said what he felt. He didn't really degrade him like Blue Blood. Well, when it comes to you calling names, that's the problem. No, it's not, because he didn't call him a bitch, a hoe, a homo, or this or that. And he didn't say any of that. He just said Tyson Fury's going to beat him again. Pads don't hit back. No, I don't believe the glove theory. He's going to get beat again. That's pretty much all he said. So it's just really refreshing to see people wake up. Because the reason why people like to silence people, because they may be afraid of what the ever-rearing truth is. And the ever-rearing truth is the fact that Wilder can't take a loss. He took that loss all bad. And if you want to see someone that takes a loss well and how you take your first and only loss, go see Anthony Joshua. That's how you do it. You focus on everything. You tune everything out. You don't show mental weakness by responding to every negative thing or thing that's not positive about you that everybody or anybody says. That's what you don't do. Okay? You get in the gym, you train like he's been doing, like I seen. I have some footage of him. But at the end of the day, he needs to stop with all this bullshit. And here's the thing. If he didn't take it down, right? If it wasn't from him, he should tell the people who took it down to put it back up. That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Nestor Gibbs once again blasting Deontay Wilder after Deontay Wilder blasted Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.